Hi guys, Mitchell here, Mitchell, Minnesota. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a tag. It's a tag video, yay! I love tag videos. You guys have seen probably, hopefully, some of my last ones, so it's something that I like to do. I was tagged by Danielle's Journey on January 28th of this year. It is now March 23rd. So I'm way far behind and I apologize. So for anybody that's wondering, I'm looking down at the questions on my laptop, on my MacBook. So go see Daniel's channel if you have not yet. And then I am tagging a couple people here. And I gotta go look what I wrote down. All right, I had written it down and then it was gone. But I am tagging Grace Gets Gastric, Little Kansas Kitty, and Time to Shrink. So I will put their channel names down below with the questions, and I hope that they do it because it's fun. So let's jump right in. So number one, what is your favorite candle scent? And keep in mind, I have not looked at any of these. I purposely have not looked at these. I remember some of them from the videos, but I'm not looking at them because I just want to give my first impression answer. So yeah, what's my favorite candle scent? It's definitely lavender vanilla. There's a purple Bath & Body Works candle that I got years ago, and that was like what got me hooked. And if you've seen my Bath & Body Works hauls, you know that I'm a mess, but definitely lavender vanilla. Number two, do you know a hoarder? Okay, so I think we all watch Hoarders and then we feel a lot better about ourselves and what we're doing, because holy Vagoda, like, at least, you know, I may have like laundry on the floor and stuff, but I don't have like squished dead cats from years ago on there. But I don't know a hoarder like hoarders, right? I used to be a lot worse than I am now, in that like I kept everything even though there was no reason to keep it. And you know, probably I'm 30 now. Once I turn probably 25, I was like, I'm just gonna start chucking stuff that I don't use. If I need it again, I'll figure out a way to get it, but like, you don't need all sorts of stuff to be successful. But I'm glad I don't know hoarder, but if I did, I'd be there for them, right? Number three, can I do the splits? No, and I'm not going to try. That I don't need that in my life, so yeah. Number four, how old were you when you learned how to ride a bike? I think I was maybe 7. I do remember my dad putting me on it and pushing off, and it was the scariest moment of my life, but other than that, I don't really remember anything of that. So maybe 6 or 7. Number 5, how many countries have you lived in? I don't know what we're going by lived in, as far as like time-wise. The United States, of course. I've lived in 3 states, born and raised in Washington State. I've lived in Nevada and Las Vegas for 4 years, and now I'm in Minnesota. But as far as countries, I lived in Brazil for a very brief period of time, 4 months, but it was long term for me at that point. So I would say Brazil for a little bit, in 2013 for a little bit. So there's that. Take that for what you will. Number 6, do you have any family in the military? On my side, I don't have military. Like, I was not a military family growing up. That wasn't a part of my thing. But my husband served 2 tours in Afghanistan and in the army, and his mom and his grandpa and his uncle. So I am now a part of a military family, in that my husband is and his family is. So yes, I do. Number 7. What was your worst grade on a test? F. Is there lower than an F? 0? Like, I've gotten some bad grades. So that's a G. Let's say G. Not that that's a thing, but that's, maybe you're with me. Okay. Number 8. Favorite TV show as a kid? Oh my gosh. Okay. So like I used to watch TV with my mom when I was really little, right? So I loved, Roseanne's probably my favorite show of all time. Say what you will about Roseanne Barr now. Back then, it was different, I think. Roseanne was my favorite like show, but I was also a kid, so I didn't understand it a lot. But as a kid, I think my favorite show was, holy crap, Eureka's Castle, Arthur, Bear in the Big Blue House. I really liked when I was little. Maybe that kind of puts you with, there's just a lot. I liked them all. Little Bear? Little Bear. Do you remember Little Bear? Yeah. No, Rugrats. Rugrats, definitely Rugrats. As a kid, that was my jam. Number 9, American or British accent. That's a hard question because, of course, I'm going to be partial to the American accent because that's what we have. And I love the regional accents that we have in the United States because we are such a large country, and to be the same nationality as somebody, but to have completely different ways of speaking and the ways that words are produced and what words mean, I think is a really cool thing. So, but I'm sure I've heard that's the same in British in the United Kingdom. So I'm gonna go with both because I am not going to make that hot of a choice. That's too hot for me. Too political. I plead the fifth. Number 10, did your mom graduate high school? Yes, and then I came along a couple months later. Number 11, are your grandparents still married? On my dad's side, my Nana and Papa, they're both passed, but they were until my Papa passed when I was a baby. And my mom's mom and dad were divorced when she was in high school. So I grew up with my grandma and my grandpa and my step-grandma, who was just my grandma as well. So half and half. Number 12, have you ever taken karate lessons? No, I have not taken karate lessons. And I don't think I want to. Number 13, first amusement park. Those of you in the Northwest maybe know this one. First amusement park I went to was Silverwood in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, northern Idaho. I think it was in Coeur d'Alene. Yeah, it's outside of Coeur d'Alene, whatever. I love Silverwood. Even to this day, I love Silverwood. That's when I was like 5. But then my first like real experience is my grandma took me to Disneyland when I was 7 for my 7th birthday. But yeah, Silverwood. Number 14, is your father bald? Mostly, so I'm hoping that skips a generation. And hopefully, knock on wood, I'd like to keep my hair even though it's completely wild and crazy. Yeah. Number 15, do you know any triplets? That's a good question. I do not know any triplets. I know twins, but I do not know any triplets. No, that's a really interesting question. Number 16, prefer Titanic or The Notebook? Okay, this is kind of a no-brainer for me, and I am not gonna... It's Titanic, right? Obviously. Does anybody else say The Notebook? I mean, I get it. It's beautiful. Ryan Gosling, the whole thing. There's the lake and the rain, whatever. Titanic, the stakes were a lot higher, okay? Kate Winslet's about to jump off the back of a ship, for God's sake. All right? And then, you know, yeah, rah, 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 yada, yada, middle. The ship's going down. She's never going to forget him. There was plenty of room on that door for him. And I've seen pictures of people like, he could have fit here, he could have fit here. So, like, maybe she was like, okay, I'll never let go. And then she takes his dead hand and puts him into the sea. That part I'm still torn up about. And it came out in 1995, right? So I was 6, 7, somewhere around there. Whatever. 8? Oh, I'm bad at math. Anyway, number 17. Have you ever had Indian food? Yes, and I love Indian food. I do. I am not a spicy person, or I used to not be a spicy person until my most recent surgery, and now I actually enjoy spicy food more than I ever have before, so I can actually get a couple stars when I go out to an Indian restaurant. Naan bread, curry, tikka masala, like all of it. It's so good. Number 18, what is your favorite restaurant? There's a restaurant, I'm just gonna say now, my favorite restaurant now. There's a restaurant here in Minnesota in the Twin Cities called Keys Cafe, and we went there for breakfast this morning actually, and it's just kind of like a Perkins or a Sherry's or a Denny's for like more regional people kind of thing, but it's maybe a notch above there, and I just love it because it's got all these different things, and now like my husband loves it and he can get whatever he wants because it serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner and liquor all at the same time all day long. So I'll get a side of bacon, and chili is usually my go-to, and it's fantastic. So we've actually been to different ones. There's one right over the border in Wisconsin, so we've been to that one. They're all over the place, so it's really cool. Do you guys have Keys where you're at? I don't know if it's like a regional thing or if it is national. We just like it because it's good. Number 19, have you ever been to Olive Garden? Yes. Yes, I have, and I loved it. That's part of the reason I got a gastric bypass, is because I couldn't keep myself together enough to not eat the Olive Garden all the time. That's part of the reason, right? Number 20, do you belong to any warehouse stores? What is a warehouse store? I'm gonna look it up. What is a warehouse store? Let's look. Warehouse store, supermarket or food or grocery retail that operates, gives her discounted prices. Oh, okay. Okay. Is it like a Costco? Examples in the United States and Canada. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So, yes, they have Cub Foods. The first one, Cub Foods is a Minnesota brand, so it's like from the Twin Cities. We try not to shop at Cub Foods a whole lot because it's a little expensive. But, and I remember Food for Less was another one. That's from when I was in Vegas, but they got bought out. I grew up with Safeway and Albertsons. I want a Kroger so bad though, because QFC, if you guys know QFC. Probably Grace gets gastric because you're in Washington too, I think. Like I grew up with QFC, Safeway, Thriftway. Does anybody remember Thriftway? Oh my God. Crazy. Okay. Way off topic. I apologize. Number 21. What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite sex? My name would have been Amanda Rochelle. First name Amanda, middle name Rochelle. I would not. What is your nickname is 22. My mom would always calls me Buckwheat or Monkey, and my husband calls me Mitchell-y. Kind of boring, but that's what it is. Number 22. Who is your favorite person? Probably my husband, but outside of my husband, my favorite person... That's not a fair question, right? Of course my husband's my favorite person, but I have a few favorite people. My parents, my best friend Jessie, I've got lots of favorite people. I don't think like that. So I'm not, again, I plead the fifth on that. Number 23, number 24. Do you live rural or suburb? I kind of live a mixture of both. I live in St. Paul, Minnesota. So it's the capital, so like it's urban, but we live on the east side, so getting close to where it sprawls out a little bit, which I like. I have easy access to the freeway. I have easy access to all the things that I need, but I don't want to live in like the core downtown of any city. I want like my own home, and I want space and a yard and all that stuff and privacy that I'm very particular about, and that's a need that I have. Number 25, can you whistle? No. Nothing. Don't know how to do it. Devastated. Absolutely devastated. Number 26. Do you sleep with a nightlight? No, but I do sleep with my Google Home. We're totally equipped Google-wise. We have them we have bedroom, office, living room, kitchen, bathroom, and they're the best thing in the whole world. Like, there's Alexa people and there's Google people. We just happen to be Google people, but I do play rain or thunderstorms at night. So that's kind of a way, like a nightlight. I mean, it's not visual, but it's auditory, which helps me sleep because I don't like to sleep in silence. It freaks me out because then I hear something, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm gonna get murdered. That's fun. Let's see. Number 27, what medical conditions do you have? It's awfully personal. I don't have any medical conditions. Really, I'm very lucky. No, I don't have any medical conditions. 28, do you take daily medication? I do take daily medication. I did have gastric bypass in August of 2018 of last year, and I take a daily regimen of calcium citrate, multivitamins, vitamin D, and B12. I think that's it. And along with iron, but that's in the multivitamins, so that's good. Number 29, when was the last time you were at the hospital? August 7th, 2018, my 30th birthday for my gastric bypass. Knock on wood that's the last time for a while, right? Number 30, have you seen Finding Nemo? Yes. In fact, I even remember in high school we watched it in French class in French. So like that's back in the day, I know. But yes, I've seen it. It's an adorable movie. Even the second one, I thought Finding Dory was adorable too. Number 31, what was the last compliment you received? The last compliment I received was from our neighbor friend that lived a couple days ago, from our neighbor friend, and she said, "You're looking really, really thin," and that was very sweet. That was very kind of her. Like, maybe get a little pep in your step, right? Number 32, do you remember your dreams? Only more and more I remember my dreams. I think the older I get, the more I remember them, but also it's like when I wake up, I think this is everybody, right? I wake up and it's I can remember lots of stuff from it, but then like as the day goes on, or even the morning, or even the minutes, I'm like, oh, I don't remember that anymore. So I kind of have to, if it's important, I'll talk about it right when I wake up, but for sometimes. I'll probably dream maybe once or twice a week, maybe a little bit more. Number 33, what flavor of tea do you enjoy? I love green tea, I love black tea, I love Comfort and Joy from the Republic of Tea. I like all tea. I don't think there's a tea I haven't met that I don't like yet, so all teas are equal to me. 30, number 34. How many pairs of shoes do you have? I think like 6 or 7. I don't have that many pairs of shoes. Every winter here, I buy a pair of shoes knowing full well that I'll probably toss them at the end of the year. So like I usually go to Payless or Target and get a heavy duty pair of snow boots, and then I'll throw them out around this time the following year. Although I'm waiting this year because last year we had a pretty big storm in April. So I'm hoping that we don't have a storm in April, but if we do, I'll still have my boots for it. Number 35, how old were you when you were told Santa wasn't real? Spoiler alert, I don't think I was ever told. I think I just came to that realization myself. I kept it hush hush though, because I'm like, maybe they'll still give me stuff if I keep my mouth shut. Because that's cute. That's not crazy. Number 26, can you speak a second language? I speak enough Portuguese to get by. Brazilian Portuguese to be specific, and the reason I say that is because last year my husband and I went to Portugal, and it was a lot harder to understand them than it is when I'm in Brazil. I've been to Brazil, I think, a little over 10 times. I used to teach there, but I just go down there usually every year to see my friends and just kind of get away from it all for a little bit. So I speak Portuguese. Number 37, do you fart? Everybody does. If you don't, that's gross, right? Because you keep it inside. Yes. So yes. Number 38. Do you have a best friend? Yes. Come on. That's a silly question. That's not a silly question. I do have a best friend. I've got a few best friends. But best friends are people that I think that can handle your craziest, but are also there for the fun, right? And 39. Have you ever been arrested? No. That's good because I am in education, so I don't want you to get arrested when you're going to be around children. I'm boring like that. I've never been arrested. I've never done anything super bad. I mean, like, I drank before I was 21, but whatever. Didn't leave the house, so I didn't get an MIP or anything like that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any other tags that you guys want to do, feel free to tag me in them. If you have any thoughts, feelings, emotions, write it in the comments. Again, I have tagged Grace Gets Gastric, Little Kansas Kitty, and Time to Shrink. So check out their channels. And other than that, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.